aware that the Federal Capital Territory is perhaps the fastest growing city in Africa, with the influx of people from all parts of the nation, thereby putting pressure on existing facilities and causing increased vehicular traffic as people have come from all walks of life to seek greener pasture. Concerned that even though the Abuja Master Plan has designated motor parks and garages for pickups and drop-offs of passengers, transporters in the Federal Capital Territory have formed the terrible habit of picking up and dropping off passengers indiscriminately and also parking at non-designated parking zones on the highway, thereby causing unnecessary traffic and congestion and also accidents on the highway. Worried that if the illegal pickups and drop-off points indiscriminately at non-designated parking zones are not controlled or eliminated, it may, in addition to causing accidents, become a serious security threat and concern in the FCT. Further concern that if the creation of illegal garages and pickup/drop-off points is or are not curtailed, it will remain an avenue of leakage in revenue generation for the FCT administration. Further worried that these illegal pickups and drop-off points may become impediments to easy commuting of essential service vehicles such as fire service, ambulance, police, etc., to access points where their services may be urgently needed, and also worried that this traffic indiscipline is becoming an acceptable norm for these offenders. Accordingly, resolves to urge the FCT administration, the VIO, Federal Road Safety Commission, and other relevant agencies to immediately commence a joint task force to step up activities to eradicate these illegal garages and pick up or drop-off points within the Federal Capital City. And also urge the joint task force to always enforce the penalty for the creation of illegal garages within the Federal Capital City. With the understanding of my co-sponsor, Senator Ireti Kingibe, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I so move.
Thank you.
Representing the Federal Capital Territory. And I second the motion presented by Senator Aliyu Wadada. I would also like to add that FCT, being the policy capital of the nation, the seat of government, and the face of Nigeria, it is important that these things are taken care of urgently. There are provisions for parks in the master plan, and those things should be immediately restored. So I so second.
Thank you, distinguished.
At the motor parks. The essence of having motor parks is also to allow ease of tracking of these motorists in case of theft and in case of accidents and other unforeseen circumstances. So I believe that the illegal motor parks should be scrapped immediately, and any of the motorists that that does not go with the rules of the game, that is parking at where they are supposed to park, there should be appropriate sanctions that will act as deterrent, okay, to erring motorists. That is my submission.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Enin Naya Baribe. I represent Abia South. It's just to point out to the mover of the motion and also the seconder that the Senate is actually the House of Assembly of the FCT. And rather than make a motion, that our job actually is to make all the bylaws for the FCT, and therefore it behooves on all of us and the movers of this motion, in addition to this, to also come up with the bylaws for the FCT, which we will pass on this floor.
Thank you, one of the elders of these hallowed chambers, Senator Abjan, always full of wisdom. Thank you for that contribution. Can we go straight to the prayers? Prayer 1. Urge the FCT administration, the VIO, FRSC, and other relevant agencies to immediately commence a joint task force to step up activities to eradicate these illegal garages and pick up and drop off points within the federal capital city. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2. Also urge the joint task force to always enforce the penalty for the creation of illegal garages within the federal capital city. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Wadada and Senator Ireti Kingibe for bringing up this motion. In fact, it's an eyesore, what we see every day in Abuja, where everywhere has been turned to garage, not befitting our capital city, which is the symbol, number one symbol of this country. It is the pride of all of us. A wonderfully crafted city, but being messed up by the sights we see every day along our roads. And I think the FCT committee, when constituted, should be able to do its oversight function properly, because these are things, these are kind of things that the standing committee, the FCT committee, can do to eradicate by putting pressure on the FCT administration to do what they are supposed to do by way of making sure that we have a befitting city that we can all be proud of. And the suggestion put forward by Senator Abaribe should also be followed. I think when we're able to combine these two factors together, we'll be able to have a city, our capital city,